Hey guys, Meta and I are going to give you an example here of what the conversation can look like with a potential new person joining your team after you've been on the biz interview with them. So one thing I would just be super clear with you, the person that you're meeting on Zoom, is that you do let them know that when the Zoom presentation ends, that you will be put in a small breakout room and have the option to chat just so they know what they're kind of jumping into. It always makes it way easier when you've set the scene for them a little bit. So, Meta and I are just going to give an example of what that conversation could look like. I'll be the team leader. And how we're going to kind of set the scene on this one is we are going to have a consultant in my team. Her name is Kate. Kate has gone and done a demo and she's met Meta at the demo. And Meta was, just curious to find out more about what it could look like if she came and joined the team. So Kate has, let me know that she had a potential for earn. So I would have reached out to Meta and let her know the Zoom number and just kind of set the scene for what that sounds like and told her that I will be there, just have a quick chat with her at the end. So let's have a go. We have popped into the resources here a guide for what this conversation could look like. And you'll notice that I don't follow through every single question. It's not a script, it's just examples of questions that might work for you. But it's very much about, you guys are awesome using your own intuition and working out which questions are relevant. And you may have questions that are actually way better than these ones, but we're just going to give you an example of what it could look like. So let's jump in. So we've just watched the presentation and now we've been thrown into a breakout room. So Meta, thank you so much for jumping in tonight. It was so good to see you jumping on here. Obviously, a whole lot of information that we just shared then. Tell me, what's your first kind of thought or feeling after hearing all that?
Yeah, I think it's Kate did quite a good job, I think, explaining some of it before, but it all kind of makes sense and doesn't sound as maybe bad as or as big deal as I maybe thought it was going to be. So
Yeah, great.
yeah, I think
Awesome.
yeah, it was a well presented way. I feel like I've got the details I
You got the
need now.
details.
Yeah,
Fantastic. And so let me just to be super clear, so you went along to Kate's demo and saw that in action. What did you make
yeah,
of the demo?
yeah. It was fun. I didn't quite know what to expect, but
Yeah.
I was super impressed with the Thermomix. I've got a couple of friends who's got them, but I haven't,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in action before. So I think Kate
Yeah.
did a great job, and yeah, I'd be quite keen to get one. Just don't know
Get one.
how.
Fantastic. What did she get you cooking?
So I was cooking the creamy coconut chicken curry.
Oh,
So
amazing.
I got to
Yeah.
do the main. Yeah, it was good. It's something I think my family would like. So that was
Yeah, I
awesome.
was just going to say you can imagine it bringing lots of value to your household, obviously.
Yeah, a hundred
Yeah.
percent. I think absolutely getting a Thermomix is definitely something I need. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
how and when now. I think
Yeah.
it's an investment, so I'm not. Yeah, it's not something I have the money for sitting in my bank right this minute.
Yeah. I totally hear you. So I am super, excited here just to help you find a way that we can help you get that Thermomix in your kitchen without having to pay that 2,849 with it. Can I first of all check you, have you been working with any other consultants or Kate's the first one you've kind of come along with?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
amazing. Awesome. So in terms of what else are you doing in your life at the moment? How could you see kind of taking on the challenge to earn yourself a Thermomix fitting in with what you're already doing? Tell me a little bit about you.
So I have a business as a
Yeah.
health coach. So I work
Oh,
that
cool.
kind of when I can, and then I've got two little kids, so I hang out with
Oh,
them quite a lot.
nice.
That's kind of why I run my own business so that I can look
Yeah.
after them and not having to go back to full-time work. And then I am doing quite a lot of training for a triathlon currently.
Oh, good
So
on
there's a few
you.
things that keep me busy, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it sounds like kind of health and wellness kind of important to you from what I can
yeah,
hear.
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Oh, well, I think we would be an awesome fit together. I think that sounds like it aligns beautifully with what we're kind of doing here. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
So you've seen a demo. We've, got different ways that you can get the Thermomix in front of people and get them just having an experience with it to see whether it's something that fits their lifestyle. Um, have you thought about what that would look like for you? Could you imagine yourself getting out there and doing those demos in person like Kate's ones? Do you have a virtual community that you'd also love to show? Like how could you see it potentially looking for you?
I think my virtual community is probably more in Europe because I'm Swedish, but
Oh, yeah, I was wondering where that beautiful accent was
yeah,
from.
yeah. So that's maybe not so much. The virtual space is probably not my favorite space. So I could see
Yeah,
myself do a demo. Like it
yeah,
definitely is a bit nerve-wracking to go out there and do it, but I think I could, like if I just,
yeah.
get some training and some help.
And look, the fact that you're sitting here and we're having a great conversation, that's what being a consultant is it's just getting out there and having conversations with people. So
Yeah.
I can already see that you would be amazing in that space. Um, so obviously, I know Kate mentioned, and we shared tonight on the presentation that there's two ways of coming and joining the business. Jumping on the Earn program. So you at the moment, it's pretty awesome. What a great time to be looking at the Earn program. Right now, you don't pay any deposit and you can jump on and just do some training and then start paying your machine off. Or we do have some people who buy a Thermomix outright first and then come on and start earning those commissions right from the first sale. Which one of those two ways would work for you?
I have explored whether I could buy it, but I
Yeah,
just because I have my own business, I can't get like a
yeah,
finance plan. And I'm not a
yeah,
huge fan of that anyway. So that is not, and I don't have the money. So that's not, so that's kind of my only option is to earn it. Otherwise,
to
it will
earn
be a
it.
later date or I would need to save up for it and get it down the
Yeah.
track.
Yeah, sure. And look, to me, I think it's absolutely a no-brainer to take that pathway of coming and earning it. Like,
Yeah.
why pay for it if you could, get it
Yeah.
discounted
This
or
is my
free? So,
thought. Yeah.
yes. So, we do usually our standard kind of earn program is 6 sales in 90 days. But right now we're doing the 4 sales in the 90 days. What would be your goal? Would it be to get it free or get it discounted? What would you be thinking?
So I would like to get it free.
Yeah,
100%.
awesome.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing. Because whatever is your goal kind of becomes my goal to kind of support you to get that. So that's really great to know. So
Thank
in
you.
terms of getting you set up for success so that you do actually go ahead and achieve that, we do have a training program. We're in the business of, as we said on the presentation, it's direct sales. We have a model that we just know works. So I would love to work through that with you. So you're set up to hit the ground running, make the most of those 90 days and get that Thermomix on your bench without you having to pay for it. So what that looks like, we did touch on it a little bit, is first of all, some online modules take about a couple of hours and you can do them, at a time that suits you. It's flexi time with those ones. You have seen obviously Kate's demo, but what I would love to do for you while you're doing your training is get you to host a demo, like get you to think of a couple of people that you would love to show the Thermomix to. I can come over and actually run that demo for you as a chance for you to sit back and actually observe a demo, but through the eyes of someone who's learning how to do them. And it also gives you a chance to show a few of your friends the Thermomix even before your 90 days starts, because they could become your first hosts, they could become your first sales, and I'd love to kind of help give you a jump start in that space. So we could lock and load that in. We then run a training which is called Bookings and Hosts, and it's run on Zoom. We run them every Wednesday, and it's run by one of our branch managers will jump on and do that for us. And then we get together and do some practical training where we'll kind of cook some of the demo recipes together and give you all the skills so that you can actually just go off and do those demos. Once we've done the first one together, give you the skills to go and give it a go. How does that all sound to you?
Yeah, that makes sense, and I'm glad to hear that I'll get some training.
Yes.
So that's awesome. So, kind of what kind of time frame in total would you estimate, and how long time would I have to do that training over?
Yeah, I love that's a really great question. And this is where we kind of get to work together and decide that. So when you do the Earn program, we have an absolute maximum of 30 days to get all that done. But what I would love to know is how fast you want to run. Sometimes we get consultants that actually, newcomers who want to come in, get all that done in 1 or 2 weeks and get started, particularly if you've got people in mind already who want to purchase from you. Others like to take the, 3 to 4 weeks and really kind of soak it all up and get that going, and then start the 90 days. So that is something that we can work out together, what you've got in place in the coming 4 weeks and kind of how fast you want to run. Did you have anyone in mind already who wants to actually buy one from you, or are you more thinking about people who you want to go and cook with first and let them discover it?
Yeah, there's some people I could think of that possibly could do with the Thermomix, or there's lots of people I
Yeah.
think now, oh my God, that would be so good for them. But I don't have
Yep.
anyone that wants to buy
Lined up.
yet.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I need to figure out
Awesome.
who that might be.
Figure out that down. So we're sitting at the 15th of April today.
Yeah,
What I do in my team is I have three kind of starting dates, the 5th, the 15th, and the 25th of each month. So what we can do is put a mark in the sand for one of those ones. But let's say you decide that you just want to get stuck in and get moving. I can very easily bring your start date forward. Should you be ready to go and we get
got
someone who
ya.
wants to buy a Thermomix and you've done your training, we can
Yeah.
start it forward. So I reckon we could put down the 5th or the 15th of May. Which one of those do you think would sound like enough time for you to get all those things done?
I reckon. So we're talking that in total. We've got a couple hours for the modules and a couple hours
Yep,
for the workshop, and then
yep.
kind of another couple hours for the practical training.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then
that's
let's
not
put a
too bad.
pre-launch demo in there as
Yeah,
well, which is just a chance for you to, you know,
yeah. Like,
watch
so
a
we're
demo
talking
put your
kind of
thing.
less than 10 hours in total. I reckon we
Totally.
could start, maybe the 5th,
The
and
5th,
maybe if
yeah.
I am pretty impatient, so if I get everything done and I get my
I got that
Thermomix,
kind of
then
sense about you that you wanted to kind of,
yeah,
kind of get stuck in and Kate kind
yeah,
of
then
gave
maybe we
you
can
up
move
on
it
that.
till,
So
yeah,
yeah,
25th. But 5th, I think sounds like a good bit middle way.
perfect. Let's put that down as your start date. And so it sounds like to me like if I did just kind of throw it out to you in terms of how ready you are to run, is if I was to give you a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being Julia, let's just do this, five
Yeah.
being I'm kind of really intrigued, but I'm on the fence. I just need to sort a few things out. One being actually it's not for me. Where would you say you're kind of sitting?
Or like I would probably be like maybe a 7. Like I'm
A
pretty
seven?
keen. It's
Yeah.
kind of just that what happens if I don't sell, and that kind of thing. So and maybe yeah, talking to a few people and just see if I can get some demos set up. But I'm I really want one.
Yeah,
So
I get that
I am
feeling about
pretty
you that
yeah.
the desire's there, but and thank you
Yes.
for being really honest and just sharing, exactly how you are feeling because
Mm,
what you're feeling is totally normal. And most people when they say it, they think, oh, but what if I don't?
yeah.
So I just want to kind of, what is it that you think could be something that would get in the way of you, not achieving that? Is there anything that you feel that would kind of hold you back?
I guess it's just making sure that people actually want to buy it within the
Yeah.
90 days I need them to buy.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's probably where it kind of is a bit of, maybe
yeah.
uncertainty. Like it's hard to kind of guarantee that I will earn it.
Yep.
But is there anything that you think as a team leader that, I could do to make more of a chance that I actually get my sales done?
Get that. Yeah, absolutely. First of all, can I just ask, Meta, before you went to Kate's demo, did you have any thoughts or feelings about buying a Thermomix? Like, what was before you went to the demo, what was your kind of feeling going along to it?
Um, in all honesty, I was pretty keen because my food processor had just broken. So I went
Okay.
in with like I wanted to see if this would be an alternative rather than go and buy another
Yep.
food processor. Like I bought one two
Yeah.
years ago and it just didn't last. So but I was so blown away. I thought I was going to get impressed, but
Yeah.
it was not even close to what I actually experienced.
Yeah,
So
totally.
yeah, I thought it was very powerful,
Yeah.
actually, just how much you covered in quite a short, or that Kate covered in quite a short amount of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what I would love to just kind of assure you is what I know. is when I have new people who come and join the team and they actually follow the training program. Like when you sign up, you're an independent consultant, you're not an employee. It is very much your choice how you want to do this. But what I love to be able to share with you is that when people step in and let me walk beside you and show you the way, and when you do attend the trainings and follow the model, the business works. So let's say your goal is to get those 4 sales in. I would suggest over those 90 days, if you got at least 8 to 10 demos in a 3 month window, is that reasonable for you?
Yeah, I think like that is, we're talking 3 demos a month. I'm sure I can, find some people that could host some demos for me and just kind
Exactly.
of, yeah, like
Yeah.
that sounds a bit more achievable. Like I don't know how hard it is to actually sell them because I
Yeah.
haven't done it yet. So that's kind of where I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's a longer kind of time frame before people decide, but that
Yeah.
makes sense. I can definitely get 9 demos and 9 or 10 demos over
Yeah. If
three
you've got
months.
Totally. If you've got the time for doing that, and then you work with me and I help you think of people, you come to the training, like our branch managers run a great training on starting you thinking about who is it you want to help? Like, who do you know who's time poor? Who do you know who, dinner time's kind of chaos in their house? Who do you know who's super healthy like you and wanting to improve the way that their family eats and cooks? And so I'll help you
Yeah.
trigger your mind so you then start, thinking of people that you do know to go and cook with. So
Yeah.
the
Awesome.
training is there to support you doing that.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So how does that make you feel now, knowing that?
No, that actually makes me feel a bit. Yeah, I reckon we're just gonna do it. I'm
I
sure
think
we can make it work.
I have got a really good feeling about this, Meta. So what we'll do then, the next steps is I'm going to send you the terms and conditions. I just want to assure you that you're not locking yourself in for a lifetime commitment here. As an independent contractor, you can come and dip your toes in and give it a go. And when you're doing the earn program, the commitment is at the end of the 90 days if you haven't sold your 4, that your commitment is to paying that balance off. So as we showed you, every sale you make gives you a discount. 4 will give it for free. So that's the only commitment that there is by doing this. And then my commitment to you is to help you, you know, show you the way that to make that possible. And then you can decide where you want to go to from there. We are looking for people to come and stay with us because there is so much opportunity here right now. But it's totally your choice once you've, got through your 90 days where to next for you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always open, for things, and I can definitely see the value of how Thermix could help people. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would be super keen to get that Thermix free or
Amazing.
almost free.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send those terms and conditions, read through them, sign them up, and then what happens is we get you set up in our consultant system. It's called the Hub. It's an online portal for our newcomers. And then what I'm going to do is once that's or you've signed and set up, I'm going to arrange a time to give you a phone call because you will get a few emails that come through, and I just want to talk you through them, make sure that you understand them, and that we point you in the right direction to get that training started. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's
When
yeah,
would be a
let's
good
do that.
time for that call? During the day or an evening? What would work better for you?
I can probably do it during the day.
Yep.
I've got the kids, but yeah, I can plug them in front of the TV.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, what I'll do is I'll flick you a couple of choices for some time spots I've got available. Let's
Yeah,
see if one of those work and we'll yeah, get you started. Can't wait, Meta.
perfect. Oh, exciting. I'm a
Awesome.
bit nervous, but fun.
Ex So good. Thank you.
Thank you. Should I stop the recording?